safe bet.
Yeah.
August maybe, but I think there's gonna be a lot of restrictions. I know a couple people. Our buddy Daniel's doing something in San Antonio coming up, and that's gonna be in July something. I think it'll be all right. I know the owners of the Norwood Convention Center he's doing, and they're setting up some things, so it'll be okay. But I think safe bet for live events is probably going to be September. I'm not even I'm not gambling on it. Look, we're doing October, November, we're doing March. We're doing a big push for March 2021. So it's gonna be awesome. Let me talk about FOMO if you got a second. FOMO and
Yeah, we got a second.
so check this out. So I think that and your audience really needs to learn this and know this. Okay. So you know how there's this FOMO, right? Fear of missing out. Isn't that what it means? I think that's what it means. And I never believed in it until this quarantine thing. I started noticing. I'm like, oh man, fear of missing out. Like we're all stuck in our little situations, and we can't get out there and so forth. And you see all these other people like passing you by and you start looking at it going, wow, I wish I was doing that. My company should do that too, and so forth. Here's my suggestion to you all, and I suggest this to myself every day. Look, forget the FOMO, forget the missing out part. Like people are doing certain things, which is great. The thing is, there's only a few of us doing it. I can name, look, Bill Walsh. Look, you got Bill Walsh, you got Marshall Silver, you got myself, Eric Swanson, you got who else? Greg and his secret knock stuff. You got a bunch of people doing it. James Dentley kicking butt. You got a bunch of really cool individuals kicking butt. But there's not the world isn't doing what we're doing. So that what I'm trying to say is this. I call it JOMO, which is the joy of missing out. The joy is missing out of things that are wasting time, and start doing it. Start laser focused. That's what Brian Tracy always taught me. He says, don't worry about the competitors. Work with the collaborators. It's hard to say that word right now. Work with them, but actually just do it. If you stick your mind to it and literally focus in on it and actually get it done, then people are going to look at you and go, wow, how did he think of that? Wow, he's doing it too. There's 10 people in the world doing it, and he's one of them. That's excellent. So it's kind of a concept that I've noticed that it's literally reminding myself to not worry about it. Not many other people are doing what we're doing. So it's perfect timing for you and your audience listeners here to get off your assets and start of Bill Walsh's awesomeness.
So
And
what do you think? So Eric, what do you think that new entrepreneurs should be doing, or if they're reinventing, their current business? What are some tips you would give them to find success a little bit faster? Are there things in your habits? I want to talk about habits tonight a little bit about, what are the habits of a champion? What are the habits of someone that maybe has been knocked around a little bit? They're not sure. They're even having self-confidence issues, because that's a part of what this does to
Okay,
you.
good.
People don't
That
realize the
helps.
number one killer for small business is actually self-doubt. If you look at what Henry Ford talked about, he said that, that whether you believe you can or you can't, you're right.
you're correct.
So how do you deal with that on a day-to-day basis when you watch, and see things that, let's face it, are a long way from positive, and it's almost like it's borderline designed to move people into self-doubt, to move people into fear mode, right? How do you avoid that, and what habits would you recommend that entrepreneurs can use to avoid it too?
Yeah, great question. So my first recommendation is join a mastermind. Like join one of mine, join one of Bill's. Surround yourself with the right type of people. That's key. And Bill says it correctly. Like look, guys, there's so many negative things that are going to bring us down, or they're going to affect your mindset, right? So what I do is this, Bill. It's all a constant reminder. Literally every single day, it's a constant reminder to stay on top of your game. Just like you were talking about earlier today in this in the start of this interview, or in the start of your program, excuse me. You were talking about Michael Jordan and I forget the name of what's the name of the show that I just watched part of it last night.
How could you forget? It's called The Last Dance.
The Last Dance. All right, there we
As
go.
a Chicago Bulls fan,
That's right.
That they called it. They called that '98 season The Last Dance. And
Yeah.
funny thing is, 20 some years later, they made a movie about it. I've yet to see any documentary done as well as that one. Maybe they missed a few people, of course, but in terms of the way they moved the entire process around over his 17, 18-year career in the NBA, they didn't miss it. They didn't miss a beat. So I'll let you go back.
Yeah, no, you can stay on too if you want. I love the split screen. So, and by the way, here, put me split screen for a second.
We can put it back. Sure.
We're gonna share something with the audience, guys. Here's the deal. So let me just talk to your audience, right? I'm gonna get right in this into their microphone. I mean the video. Check this out. Anytime, guys, anytime you get a chance to be split screen with somebody like that guy, I got to look the right way. You do it, okay? And I'm not even joking about this. This is sort of funny, but it's also serious. I mean, anytime you get a chance